championship permutations are available for this race, although technically they aren't. It's just the game deciding that they were. I actually lost the possibility to win after USA being 90 points behind with 86 points left available. So for Max, 14 points behind after the race, could be highest of 40 points, safe for now. Although with Charles' penalty in Imola, the game says his gap to Max is actually 27 points, and so could fall behind to 53 points behind. Not enough. 60 points needed to win the championship after Mexico, not needed for this round. This is only brought up now as I am confirmed driving for Alpine next season on 59 AI. Qualifying 1 was not good at all. Banker lap somewhat ruined by Albon ahead of me throughout the lap. So when we finished, he let me go, and I had enough fuel for another lap, and so I went for the second lap. Unfortunately, Albon decided he wanted to practice his overtaking, so he spun me round, and I thought we were safe. No. 18th place, 1.029 seconds behind Max in first. I tried saving tyres, but it was not a good idea, as, like I just said, 18th place should not have risked it.
It's time then for the Mexico City Grand Prix, a race which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther winning from third on the grid. Red Bull have been strong here in recent seasons, but can they keep that record going today? We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Hamilton. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Magnussen, Norris, Verstappen, and Yuki Tsunoda. Stroll, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo. They've taken a grid penalty. The engineer, Mick Schumacher, Russell, Carlos Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Robert Schwartzman, Joe, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the engineer. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
Certainly confidence is an important factor. And every time you're involved in an incident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
So here we are on the grid for the Mexico Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. It looks like Charles Leclerc from pole position gets a great start compared to his teammate Sebastian Vettel wins second place. Look, Esteban Ocon down in fourth place, trying to fight in the top 4 as well. Max Verstappen down in P9. Let's see what he can do from the beginning of the race. As Lewis Hamilton tries to go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel for second place and looks like he is going to be able to. Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez are battling for fourth place at the moment, seeing if they can get third place off Sebastian Vettel once they finish their scrap. Meanwhile, Bobbi Winter staying in 14th place for the moment, looking to be under attack by Valtteri Bottas. So as we're heading towards the second chicane of the lap, Valtteri Bottas goes down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, while Schwartzman takes that opportunity to go down to the inside of the Williams, but backs out as the Williams force him out wide through turn 6. As to turn 7, Bobbi goes round the outside of Valtteri Bottas. Is he going to be able to make the move? Yes, he does. Before turn 8, he is well ahead and slots back onto the racing line. Let's see now if he can go chase after Daniel Ricciardo for P13 in this race. McLaren looking to be on the back foot maybe with his teammate up in P6, obviously taking grid penalties, but he tries to go around the outside of Lance Stroll. Let's see if Winter can capitalise on this, or is Daniel Ricciardo going to falter on the move? Actually no, Racengineer is the one that capitalises on this, but he goes over the curb through the stadium section and allows Winter to get back through as it unsettles the car. Lance Stroll on the inside of the final corner, a little bit behind Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, but pulls towards the inside as we head towards turn 1. On lap 2, Winter trying to go around on the grass, but has to back out as he's not got enough speed and space to go around the outside as Lance Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo are fighting. Valtteri Bottas has gone down the inside of the Williams. Let's see what Bottas can do. He's round the outside of turn 2, but no, backs out as we head towards turn 3. Gap is left, but he does not take it and bails by going a little bit over the sausage curb. Now turned into attack from defence. Winter goes down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. Is he going to be able to get the move done? Yes, he does. Before turn 5, he is well ahead of Daniel Ricciardo and he concedes 13th place as Winter now is on the back of Lance Stroll for 12th place. Let's see what the Williams can do with his softs compared to Stroll's mediums. And Bobbi running the tribute helmet as he always does around Mexico. It's already been said enough times on this channel, but you could probably don't know. Anyway, heading towards stadium section. Let's see what lap 3 can bring, as lap 2 has brought an overtake for the Williams. Let's see if DRS will be able to help him towards turn 4, get past Lance Stroll, who's already lost 2.2 seconds to Yuki Tsunoda in the first 2 laps. See where's he going to go. Is he going to go down the outside again this time? Didn't work out for him last time, so he might try and go down the inside, but Lance Stroll has gone towards the inside. This is going to allow Winter to take the outside, and he does towards turn 1. Where's he going to go? As he goes towards the outside, Winter goes right round the outside of Stroll and gets up into P12. This is now going to allow him to chase after Yuki Tsunoda. 2 seconds gap though, and so DRS is not going to be useful for Winter in this race at the moment, as Lance Stroll go on board with Winter. Looking back at lap 2, goes towards Ricciardo but makes a little bit of contact there, it looks like. Fortunately no damage for the Williams driver at the moment, as Valtteri Bottas now goes down the inside and almost collision with the back end step there from Winter, as Daniel Ricciardo then slots in a little bit to DRS slipstream and allows Winter to go down the inside. Incident with Lance Stroll, however, see what went on here, as he defends the middle, inside. Winter then goes right to the outside, unusual for him, but Stroll giving him the space, and Stroll just comes up the inside and gives him a little bit of a love tap. Doesn't seem to be any damage for the Williams, but might be some damage for Stroll. He just locks up and goes into Winter's path. That is easily a penalty for Stroll there, I think. No doubt about it, as we head a little bit later then on to lap 4 to fight with Tsunoda. Let's see what is going to happen. Down the outside, an easy DRS overtake it seems, as we head towards second straight on this circuit. Very easy overtake for Winter, and this is now going to allow him to chase after Mick Schumacher for the points in this race, as lap 5 brings a track limit warning. Through turn 8, it looks like it. A little bit backwards, please. Yep, there we go. First warning of the race. Let's see how many more warnings he can get. As we head later in the lap, might there be a second warning through turn 13. Goes over the orange curb. Has that given him any damage? Yes, it has. Floor damage. Could be crucial in the race with Mexico, where there is low downforce anyway. And just checking, yep, the damage was not there before the curb. The curb has inflicted floor damage on the Williams. Boom, boom, and bish bash bosh, damage. as we continue on to lap 7, 8, 9, 8. Chasing after Mick Schumacher now as Max Verstappen overtakes Sergio Perez for 6th place. At the head of this train, if you look closely, Mick Schumacher under threat from Winter as he goes around the outside of turn 7. He's going to be able to do what he did to Bottas, not quite, as Mick Schumacher gets ahead, but heading towards turn 8, he's going to defend. Is he going to slow both of them up? Yes, he is, as Winter gets onto the curb and he's spun around. Is he quite spun? No, he's not in the wall. He's facing the right direction, and that could now allow Snow to get back at him. He's within DRS range, but he is looking like he's going to be able to keep him away for now, as Schumacher defends turn 8, which he's allowed to do, but just goes a little bit deep, has to slow the car down, and that slows both of them up, and forces Winter to take a different line, and therefore Winter half spins on the curb as we head on to lap 9. Second warning of the race through turn 11. Oh yeah, clearly, absolutely clear as day. Second warning. One more and you get a penalty. Lap 10. Any warning? Lap 11? No. Lap 12. Nothing on lap 11. Lap 13. Within DRS range he is now of Mick Schumacher, closing in after 4 laps of having to fight back from the defence of Schumacher that did go a little bit wrong towards the outside of turn 1. He goes staying towards the middle and give him a wide berth, allowing Mick Schumacher to go deep if he needs to, by locking up. But up into P10 now is the Williams, and he can go chase after now Schumacher's teammate Kevin Magnussen for more points in this race. See what he'll be able to do. Lap 14, nothing. Lap 15, we're going to follow on to Max Verstappen now. Was championship leader up until very recently. Charles Leclerc has taken back that mantle, and yeah, Verstappen needs a good race here if he wants any hope of continuing the championship. Of course he'll be able to, even if he retires from this race and ours wins. But obviously you want to get really close, otherwise you're not going to have any chance of winning championship. And it looks like Verstappen's going slowly. Yes, he is. Sergio Perez is overtaking him in the puff of smoke. It's causing the yellow flag. He's going to pull off onto the side of the circuit. He's out of this race. He is out of the Mexico Grand Prix, and he is surely going to drop so far down now. If Charles wins with the fastest lap, he'll drop to 53 points behind. Not enough yet to lose the championship, but there's surely no way he's going to be able to claw back from this. As he drops down the order, there goes Stroll, Albon, Russell, Zhou Guanyu, Sainz. Everyone overtaking Max Verstappen as he is out of the Mexico Grand Prix. And surely that is going to end his championship hopes for 2023. He is... well, technically it's not 2023. Because I'm doing this in the past, but with the current game, because I cannot be bothered to get an old Xbox just to play the old F1 games, so I can do Project Ultimate in chronological order, 1 game per season. As Charles Leclerc goes past him before lap 17 for him, lapping Verstappen now, as there goes Vettel, Norris. Perez will be up next as Winter takes P6 after Kevin Magnussen. Ricardo Ocon will pit before him. Lewis Hamilton to pit surely, where everyone will be beginning to pit as Hamilton goes past the line. Yes, Winter is into the pit lane now as Verstappen's car is still there. Surely it'll be cleared away in a second, and yes it is. And on board Winter now in the pit lane on lap 16, coming in for first stop of possibly 2 on the soft tyres. Doubt the mediums are going to go the way and hards are going to be too slow, so it looks like it's a 2 stop for the Williams. It looks like it's going to be a 2 stop for most of the drivers here today, as it is not demanding on the tyres, but mediums, hards could be very dangerous as he goes through the pile of styrene boards, showing the speed limit. No damage on the front wing it looks like, but he is changing tyres onto the softs, and yes, confirming that it will be a 2-stop and he'll be pitting around lap 33 for what we can only presume the mediums to take him the further 38 laps. Kevin Magnussen then comes out ahead of Winter. One guy in the top 11 to not pit yet, and that will be Yuki Tsunoda, surely to pit fairly soon. Not one to stay out on the same tyres. It's not logical to stay out on the same tyres for the whole race, unless you're Alexander Albon in the Williams in Australia. And or on the wet tyres, anywhere. Lap 19 then. Winter catches up to Magnussen, and it's a fairly easy DRS pass. Magnussen no DRS, and Winter taking the inside and slotting pretty much onto the racing line even before the corner. Yuki Tsunoda up next then. He is on the medium tyres though, so he will be coming into pit fairly shortly. We believe on the 1-stop maybe, medium to hard. But catches up to him on lap 20, going around the outside, going onto grass this time, but Tsunoda too slow for him in the straights, and Winter is up into P9 in this race. Off now to chase after Daniel Ricciardo, 8 seconds ahead, so Ricciardo is probably the one that is yet to pit from the top 13, as he was with Winter earlier in the race. Lap 20, same lap as getting past Tsunoda, and there we go, third warning, first penalty. Turn 10, any warning? No. Turn 11? Not quite turn 10. Turn 11, maybe? No. Lap 21, lap 22, lap 23, lap 24. Another warning somewhere. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. No. Turn 4, how about you? No. Turn 5? No. Turn 6? No. And turn 7? No. Turn 8? No. Turn 9? No. Turn 10? No. 11? No. Turn 12? Ooh. On the exit? Yes. A little bit back. There we go. First warning of the second penalty. 26, 27, 28, 29, no, 28. Closing in on Sebastian Vettel as everyone begins to make their second pit stops, it seems. Turn 4, no, not quite. Turn 5, no. Turn 6, no. Turn 7, no. Turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, turn 11, surely you. Yep, there we go. There it is. Second warning of second warning of this penalty. One more and he gets his second penalty of the race. Oh. There's the track line. There's the car. Track line. Car. I think I corner cut that. I think I extended the circuit. But heading over to turn 11. That's what gives me the second penalty. Very good game. Very good. So, extend the track by a lot and you won't get a penalty. Extend the track by a little, you will get a penalty. Make sure Schumacher defend battling against Ricciardo, trying to make good progress like Winter in this race. See what these two can do. Ricardo on the mediums, trying a different strategy. See if it can work. May have to go into the sauce towards the end of the race because obviously the tyres won't last. Same can be said for Schumacher in the Haas garage. Kevin Magnussen seemingly also on the mediums as well, but I'm not quite sure. Yellow flag in the stadium section as we follow with the Schumacher. It looked like Magnussen, his teammate, is going slowly on his mediums. And he looks like he's going to be pulling off. He's cutting the corner. He's going slow. He's out. He's going to be out of this race. And is this going to cause a safety car? No, not quite. He is in quite a safe position there. It looks like it's just going to be a yellow flag. And we'll get back under racing soon. Winter, lap 35, lap 37. Also missed the overtake on Ocon. Just for information. I didn't realise this when recording. Anywho, lap 37. Going much longer on these tyres than the first set of softs, going 20 laps instead of 16. Nothing wrong with that, of course. 21 laps on these tyres actually. 4 laps longer than the 5 laps longer than the first set of softs, because 16 plus 21 equals 37, and 16 plus 5 equals 21. Coming into pit lane then, not hitting the polystyrene board this time because there is no polystyrene board to hit. Coming down the pit lane then, see what tyres he goes on. It most likely be the medium tyres, as this front wing is going to get changed as well. Did he get damage earlier in the race? Possibly. Might have been damage for contact against Ricardo. Post me, I've actually forgot why I got damage. Well, obviously because I made contact, but I forgot who I made contact with. Anyway, lap 38 comes out in the race. 2 seconds, gradually coming down to 1 second beat ahead of George Russell. 8 seconds ahead behind Schumacher then. See if he can close that in before the end of the race. He's got a long way to go and should be able to get back up to P5 in this race if he puts his pedal to the bottom of the car. Although you technically can't, the way the angle is, you can't. Esteban Ocon in P7 then, making his stop as well. Lap 41, he's finally caught up. He's been caught up by Winter. Down the outside goes Winter. Ocon making a little mistake going into turn 1. It's going to allow Winter to switch back through turn 2, and it's amazing. He's get up to P7 and is up ahead of Ocon now. What a brilliant play of moves. Saw that Ocon was going to make a mistake and pounced on it and is up into P7. Lap 43. Guess what? Another warning. 2 penalties and a warning. I need to build a 6-second gap. I've already got the 3-second one. Already got 1 penalty down. Need to get the second one though. Not through turn 11. Where through? Oh, ooh. Yeah. Turn 15. Exit. Just lost the rear end on the curb and obviously extending the track. Lap 46. Is this going to be a 3rd penalty? I think I've lost count, to be honest. Not through sector 1. How about turn 8? No. Turn 11? That's where we've got one before. And there it is. 3rd warning at this particular corner, I believe, at this point in the race. And that is our 3rd penalty of the race. Just trying to find exactly where I corner cut. Don't know why. Yeah, I kind of don't know what I was doing here. I wanted to see if a corner occurred later on lap 46, the same lap, but I kind of didn't realise that lap 46 was the lap I did it, not lap 45. Kind of forgot that. So here you are, watching me do that entire process once again. Also, so my controller died. Cool. Also, it dies a little bit later in the highlights, which is not cool. Well, neither are cool. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to go through. Nope. Decided. Oh, can't be bothered to go through that process again. Lap 51, closing in on Daniel Ricciardo after the second stop. See if he can close in any more in this race. As speeding up through sector 2, almost a warning through turn 8, and we head through turn 9 and 10. Closing in on Ricciardo in the previous couple of laps as he goes a little bit wide. He's hit the wall! He's hit the wall on the inside of turn 11, and he's got damage. He's hit the... Yes, he has got damage. He's going to have to pit. He's going to have to make a third stop in this race. With 20 laps to go, he's hit the wall and he's got damage. How irregular is it to get damage at turn 11? It's past the corner. It's not even like he oversteered. He would have gone head first into the barrier, but no, he's gone side into the barrier. He's going to have to change his front wing. And surely that is going to be his hopes of getting Ricciardo in this race demolished. As he now has to change his front wing. He might not even finish ahead of Ocon in this race. Gasly, he might be able to catch up, but Ocon, he's long gone. He might not be able to catch up. We'll have to see what the delta is. As he comes out the pit lane, he did have a 14-second gap, so he probably only lost 10. Now he's lost 15. He's going to have to gain 15, overtake 2 drivers, and then gain another 9. 20 laps to go. Surely these soft tyres can give him some performance. There's the controller going again. Surely these soft tyres can give the performance, but is the performance going to last? Lap 53. 1 second improvement on Gasly. Come here, Pierre. Pierre Gasly. Let's look again. White line. White line. Car. White line. Surely that's a track limit warning. Maybe... No, not quite. Oh, turn 11. That's the warning. The game needs to learn what a warning is and what isn't. Anywho, lap 54, 55, 56, 57. Closing in on Pierre Gasly. Down the outside, heading towards turn 1. Pierre Gasly doesn't make it too easy for him. And even before the brake markers, Winter is ahead as the yellow flag up ahead as we're heading towards turn 1. Ocon is spun round. I think he's facing the correct way, but he's dropped down into 9th place. He's got going again, and he's back underway. He's been spun round, he's caught a yellow, and he's allowed Winter and Gasly to easily take another position. Gasly to not even lose his position at all. Here he is, nowhere near Daniel Ricciardo, and he just spins it. Spins it around, nice 360. He tries to get going again, but he's stopped on circuit, and then as soon as Winter comes along, he's like, yep, time to go. But then he sees Gasly. Oh crap, I need to stop. And then as soon as Gasly goes, he's like, yep, I'm gone. George Russell now gets past Gasly and Ocon as we head on to lap 69 now. Unfortunately, it's too late as Sergio Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton have all pit. So Winter would surely have finished ahead of these guys if he did not make contact with the wall on lap 51. He'll be kicking himself after this race, knowing that he could have got an easy P4 as we're heading towards turn 1 then. Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo are fighting still. He'd dearly love to get P4 on the road. He would Winter if he can't get it on track because of his 9-second penalty. Sergio Perez on the back of Lewis Hamilton already. Daniel Ricciardo looks to be slow getting ahead as Sergio Perez is looking slow round the outside of turn 5. Goes Winter down and completes the move round the outside of turn 6, and before turn 7 Winter is up into P6 and has dispatched Perez for Perez to be down in P7. It is now Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo in his way for an on-track P4 finish in this race. Ricciardo is out of DRS range of Lewis Hamilton now, but Winter is not out of DRS range of Lewis Hamilton. Towards the middle of the circuit he goes. He has got ahead of Hamilton. Down the outside he goes, switching. Lewis Hamilton's gone down the inside as he goes into turn 1. Lewis is there. It looks like there could have been a little bit of contact, but Winter is through for P5 now, and he's got a 1 lap to catch, 1.5 seconds to possibly get Ricciardo on the road as Sergio Perez now looks to go around the outside of Hamilton, and he completes the move as Lewis looks to be getting damage as he is dropped behind Perez now and can no longer challenge his Sergio Perez. He will definitely finish ahead of Winter though, and his teammate, and so will finish P6. But an amazing end to the end of this race as Charles Leclerc wins the race in P1, Lando Norris P2, Sebastian Vettel P3, Daniel Ricciardo looks to come home for P4. Winter could have came home in P4, but instead will finish P7 with a 9-second penalty to put him behind Perez and Hamilton. And he could have finished P4 even without the 9-second penalty. He could have finished P4 if he did not hit that wall on lap 51. Oh, whoopsie, my bad. I got rid of the video and now I actually need it. Oh, balls. Anyway, I just have to use my phone. Lap 3. No damage. That's what the damage was from. It was from Stroll on lap 2. Because L1, because he went down. But the way because he went so deep, it made it look like I turned into him. But it was actually he came in across my line. But because of how deep he went, I made contact with him and got the damage. No damage lap 5 on the side pod. As you may have seen, we do have side pod damage later in the race. Just trying to find out where that is. Already know got damage on lap 5. I wonder if got it from the same curb. Doesn't look to be though. Turn 8, no, nothing there. Have to skip to sec 3. We know we hit the curbs, but first apex, did we get any damage? No. Did look like we hit the second curb. Yes, we did. And there's the damage. Just missed it on the highlights earlier in the race. Just before the curb. Just after the curb. Yep. How has that caused me typeword damage? I really don't know. I don't get how that's sideward damage. Anyway, later in the race, I believe the next thing left is incident with Hamilton. When it looks like we may have made contact. Trying to look at the damage. Floor damage, possibly caused by the curb. Floor damage that side. A lot more on the right. See, if I didn't hit those curbs, I would have been fine. Oh, Hamilton did make contact with me. Any damage on the floor? Doesn't look like it. Although I can't really tell. I have to screenshot it perfect, but no one can ever do that. You have to get them both in an angle. The only way to be telling would to... I don't know. I'd have to look at the telemetry, but I haven't got my app running for that yet. If you don't know, I'm making a telemetry app so that I can use. I haven't said that actually, so that might be a bombshell. Well, no, it's not a bombshell. It's more of a hint. Anywho, race highlights are getting underway, and so yeah, this is just a run through the race. The highlights I'm watching to voice this is a little bit behind. Got a poor start, dropped behind Schumacher and Russell at the beginning, but with placement I got past Russell into turn 1 and decided, as Schumacher dived up into P10, I didn't realise that, I decided to get Valtteri Bottas to put me back into 14th place. Tribute helmet from my dad once again. Mexico, special connection to Mexico and my dad. Anywho, I didn't expect Valtteri to go down the inside of Ricciardo. Just kind of tried to overtake Valtteri, confirmed bottom Valtteri, but he decided to go down the inside of Ricciardo. Lap 3, this is where I got the damage from. It was Stroll, not Albon. Sorry, Albon. Yeah, this was really reckless from Stroll. I just go in, and he just outbrakes himself. And because of the lines, I go into him. Pit lane, yeah, I kind of just misjudged where I should be braking. I made the pit lane, it's just that I didn't expect the car to go wibbly wobbly in the pit lane. Lap 18, overtake on Schumacher. I believe this one was fairly easy. Yep, just pulled towards the inside of the circuit. Even before the corner, we were ahead. Now I actually have an excuse for this. This was done on Christmas Day. So, someone came into my room, and instead of pausing the game, I continued racing whilst they were talking to me. Yeah, my bad. Shouldn't have done that, and it's cost me 5th, 4th, and 6th. This, definitely Hamilton. Is it worth a penalty? I don't know. It's not going to change his position, so I don't think it's what. I mean, it's just a slight tap. It's not like it's more of a racing incident tap, so no penalty is required. Anyway, came across the line. P7 should have been higher. Anyway, final lap. Oh my god, I'm so unorganised. I don't think Mark talked. I'm not sure. Anywho, coming across the line. Really? I should have won that race. I shouldn't have won.
The end of the race. We'll see who can't firm.
Well, really, I should have won that race because I shouldn't have qualified it. Got knocked out in Q1. There we go, driver of the day. Only a pity prize.
Well, it's certainly been an incredible year for Formula One, and our drivers have all pushed themselves this season, making it one of the most compelling years of racing in history. There can only be one champion, however, and here they are now, our new Formula One World Drivers' Champion. Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
I love how his number's still number 16 when on the car it's number 1. Anyway, the game actually is broken because although Charles is champion, as you'll see after, he's actually only 52 points ahead of Max. Which means Max should still win because of the Brazil sprint. The game hasn't been updated to include the Brazil sprint. Cody, get on it. Christmas Day, hopefully some cheer and joy from the F1 game with a quick plough through the front of the field. Well, you've already seen the results, so let's just get it over with. So let's just get over it. Yeah, that's not correct. Tyre temperatures, blah blah blah, scripting 16 days later, 10th of January, voicing 12th of January. Grid slot, however, was green. Hopefully the only flag I will cause. That doesn't make sense because I didn't close a green flag. Anyway, not quite. The start was boosted with 14th place after late season grid penalties. The start was not so good, and by turn 1 I was already 16th, 3 wide briefly. Gladly changed to 2 cars wide on the inside of turn 1 and turn 3 with Bottas for 14th. Towards turn 4 it was not so good as Valtteri used the inside and slipstream to go down the inside of Ricciardo ahead of me. I used the earlier circuit knowledge to go around the outside of turn 6 and take 14th place. But into sector 3 he tried to getting back at me, but was unlucky and stayed behind in 15th. While he did that, Lance and Daniel were fighting, so I tried to get both of them, but did not want the inside and so lost speed trying to take the outside. Again, allowing Valtteri to try and overtake me again. Why have I put again twice? It did work as I forced him out through turn 2 and 3 and allowed myself the chance at Ricciardo heading into the second chicane. This time learning and went down the inside of McLaren, and I was able to finish the move by taking more speed through turn 5. Lance Stroll was up next and I was able to get him lap 3 down the main straight. Not difficult. A more 4 out overtake with Stroll defending the middle, and so I had to take him around the outside. I did that, but with slight contact with Stroll heading into my line after he locked up and drifted into my car. Slight front wing damage, but nothing to really affect performance too much, but definitely needed changing in the pit stop. Next up was P11 on Sonoda. Very much easier with a DRS pass way before the brake zone. Also lap 5 I cut the corner of turn 8 to give away my first warning. Unfortunately, turn 13 gave me floor damage, but running over the orange curb, not a clever idea. Another bad idea was getting Schumacher to defend into turn 7 on lap 8. Slowed both of us down and compromised my line, and I took too much curb into turn 8 and spun it. Kept out the wall, but we continued to chase back after him. I don't know why he defended, but he should not have, as I was not quick enough to even get an overlap with an attempt into turn 6, but the door got firmly shut there. Lap 9 I took another warning and extended turn 11. Oh, balls. There it is. Lap 13 I finally caught back up to Mick, and with him losing DRS with his move, and so it was an easy DRS pass down the outside, but giving him a wide berth heading into turn 1 to stop him making contact with me like Stroll. Lap 15, however, a yellow flag was called for the retirement of Max Verstappen, possibly ending his championship with the gap Charles has heading into this round. Not mathematically, but it will be extremely hard to close a near on 40-point gap. Meanwhile, I came into the pits on lap 16 from the 2-stop. Yes, not the old reliable, but I needed pace, not track space this race. Anyway, heading into the pit lane I caused confetti. I hit the polystyrene speed limit, not the wall. That would have ended my race, and that would have ended me even at that angle. Next up was Magnussen, lap 19. Easy DRS pass down the inside even before the brake markers for turn 1. Lap 20 was Sonoda, and this time a more daring with a DRS pass around the outside and a bit on the grass. I wanted to save my tyres, I think. I'm not sure why I didn't just take the inside, but it worked, did it not? Also, lap 20 was the third warning with a cut at turn 8 to give me the penalty. Next was lap 24, a fourth warning. I extended turn 12 this time, an unusual corner, but hey, my break point is not exactly the best for it. Lap 28 brought me the fifth warning. This time I once again extended turn 11. Lap 30, well, the sixth warning from a second penalty was not so clear as you may think. I broke late into turn 1 and so extended the circuit by at least a car's width. However, I think my penalty came when I extended turn 11 for the third time, giving me a penalty alone at turn 11. Next up, lap 33, my bad on highlights. Kevin, not Mick, retired in sector 3 and handed some points to Daniel and Mick, like max handing points to at least 8 people, including me. I missed out on highlights, but on also lap 33, I overtook Ocon into turn 1, and judging by the gap and position changing, it was a tussle through the entire first chicane. Like I said, 16 days ago, 18. So I cannot remember it like I can remember what I had for breakfast today. Although that is because I have the same breakfast every day, for example. Anyway, more important things. Lap 37, I pitted for the final scheduled pit stop of the race to finish my strategy of a soft medium, this time leaving the pit speed limit board alone. Actually changing my front wing this time after the damage was not enough to change the front wing the first time. But with 2 purple turn-ins and 2 quick pit stop releases, I minimised the time lost as much as I could. But it still, of course, dropped me behind Ocon. This time watching the overtake on replay, lap 41, 3 laps after rejoining the race comfortably ahead of Russell at the time. Anyway, the overtake on Ocon. I went to the outside, but I saw Ocon wiggle in the brake zone and knew he would make a mistake. He did, and locked up, and giving me the perfect space around the outside of turn 2. And I completed a great switchback with the inside on turn 3, and put myself up into P7. Somehow again behind Ricciardo, seemingly magnets for each other. He was clearly one stop. Lap 43 brought my 7th warning, hit the curb for turn 15 and wiggled over the car over the white line to get the corner. Yeah, alright Massey, who let you back in? Lap 46, I received my 8th warning through turn 11 by extending the corner. Again, extremely easy when you're trying to catch someone or go quick. As it was Christmas, I was somewhat interrupted, but instead of pausing the game, I had to have a quick sentence of when I will finish the race. I tried to continue racing as well. So on lap 51, I stupidly turned in too much through turn 11 and hit the inside wall. Personally, I do not think anyone has done this before, so I'll take that record. It did mean I had to pit though for the 3rd time to replace the wing. With 20 laps to go and trying to make the quickest strategy to the end, I went softs and hoped the new ones would take me the distance. At this point, I couldn't remember the strategy, so I said, I think remember some strategy. I can just ignore this because I know the strategy. The second stint took me 21 laps on softs, so 20 laps on softs can be easy. Lap 43 built my 3rd and hopefully final penalty. Again, very weird. Should have been 2, but I guess I was making up for the double one that was just a singular one in Japan. Anyway, I went less than a car's width wide at turn 6, but the warning was actually for, you guessed it, extending turn 11. What a surprise this race. Lap 57 gave me the overtaking opportunity on Gasly and Ocon. First Gasly with a simple DRS overtake before the brake markers for turn 1. Then, come on. Then Ocon. Well, he spun at turn 1 and handed me and Gasly a free spot. Now, I first thought Ricciardo or Perez hit Ocon, but no, he dropped it himself and decided to stop when we got close and allowed us to go past instead of at least trying to continue ahead of me. Weird. Unfortunately, my pace was not enough, and I only got DRS of Perez, Hamilton and Ricciardo on lap 69. So with the penalties, I was finishing 7th, but I wanted to finish 4th on the road. So with Daniel and Lewis battling on the main straight, it slowed the 3 down and I closed in to under half a second. Then with some magical pace, I got an overlap on Perez through turn 5, and with some acceleration I pulled past him towards turn 7 after side-by-side through turn 6. Next was Lewis on lap 70, and Daniel had pulled out a DRS, so on the road, 5th was all I could get. And I did so by taking Lewis down the inside of turn 1. Then I carefully moved across the circuit to the outside and allowed the inside to Lewis. He took it, but also took the opportunity to hit me, and he did it slightly. By doing what Albon, Stroll and Ocon did, he made a lock-up and go wide slightly. But like the Albon one, he was behind and he glided into me. No damage for me, but seemingly for him as Perez got him with a 2-second gap at the line. Damage review. Lap 5, turn 13 and 14, the orange curb gave me left floor and right side pod damage respectively. I do not know how the curb gave me side pod damage, but hey, it did. Also, the lowest contact incident, I think it was him, as I was about a car length or just over till the apex. When he actually got alongside enough, I was about a car length or just over till the apex when he actually got alongside enough to be given space. Sorry sir, do your move earlier, then you will not give yourself damage and one less position than you could have got. Good race, but if you think about it, we could have got Vettel on the road if I paused the game on lap 51 and did not hit the wall. But then again, you do not pause midway through a corner, and that can cause you to spin once you come back out the menu. And with my wheel, the force feedback has to slightly readjust when you pause. I do not know why, but it is light immediately after I unpause, so it takes a few seconds till it's back to normal. I did not want to have that through turn 7 to 11, though, but as I hit the wall on the inside just after turn 11, I could have paused after that corner and I should have been fine. Oh well, I'm already out of the championship, so the points do not matter anyway. I have secured a place in Alpine, so I could retire from these final 2 races. But then that's not fun, so I'll give it my all to win the final 60 points.